And so as we move into the 21st century, hood feminism, and even the late 20th century, right? Hood feminism becomes a very, very real alternative for Black women. Why? It becomes a very, very real alternative for Black women because what you got to understand is this. And I wrote down some statistics because I really want y'all to get this thing, right? And again, I have to stress to you that Dr. Hall is a hood scholar. You will hear me go back and forth between standard English and Afrish because I am bilingual. All right, pick it up on your way home. So what happens is when you talk about hood feminism, what you're talking about is you're talking about Black women who are not just addressing the issues that affect them as women, but they are fighting for the issues that are affecting the hood. And by the hood, for example, one of the things that we understand about Black women in the 21st century, right, is that many Black women continue to be, and we see these numbers keep rising. I wrote down some statistics. So 47%, right? 47% of homes, right, homes in general, are headed by single women. Well, that number gets even more startling when we look at homes, Black homes. About almost 60% of African American homes are headed by women, right? They're headed by women. So you said, well, Dr. Hall, what does that have to do with a hood issue of food insecurity? Well, we already know that when we talk about the hierarchy of pay, right, because there's a hierarchy, meaning that there is a structure by which people are, there's a structure by which society flows, right? And at the top of that hierarchy would be white men. Right under white men would be white women. Right under white women would be Asian men, and you keep going down the list. And at the bottom of that hierarchy would be Black men, then Black women. Black women would be at the bottom, okay? So you look at this. I want you to think about these things. For every dollar a man makes, a woman makes 70 cents. And that's despite having the same level of education, all this, right, across the board. For every dollar a woman makes, a woman makes 70 cents for every dollar a man makes. Now, that number gets even lower when we talk about what a Black woman makes in comparison to what a white man makes. Okay? So, if these 60% of Black women are heads of household and they're responsible for being the breadwinner, think about how that dollar, right? That absence of socioeconomic power affects her ability to feed and care for her family. Because what you also got to understand is that the majority of Black female households are households where Black women are also the caregivers. Be tapping the screen for me if this is making sense to you. Be tapping the screen for me, right? And so what we've got to understand is that this puts women in a very vulnerable position.